It doesn't work like that. That's exactly what is happening here. You have an asylum, a psychiatric asylum, where they have mad people. Then you take somebody who's sane and put him in there. What do you expect him to do? These young kids, because they are looking for leaders, they want to garnish some people. So since they don't have leaders, they now look at the prominent people amongst them and pick them up. And took their name and, they're freezing their accounts as if it's you that gave them the money. What kind of country is that? You call that a country? Let's listen to this.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kandid Johnson, for coming on tonight.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Where do we start the conversation from? Perhaps we should start from where we started with Mr. Shehu on the issue of the implication of the American election. We saw them also fumbling and faltering in their electoral process. A big lesson for us indeed, isn't it?
Of course it is. And the question you asked the presidential spokesman was as to the performance of American democracy in a time when it has suffered both challenges and successes. And I thought that that was the matter he would respond to. But of course, it's curious to me that his last comments tallied with his first, because his last comment was about, we're not in a military regime, though he sounded like a regimental sergeant major. And his first comment about American democracy is that they're giving us weapons of war. I think that the important thing to say about the American system of government, which we have mimicked, is that it shows the durability of their institutions, that an autocratic president can be contained by the voters, and that the rights of the voters, as contained in the president's speech, that the power of the individual voter is the fundamental of democracy. That is the point which I thought that the presidential spokesman would have taken up. But that exactly is the strength of the American system. You can't say we have a democracy and then say that, and then the rights guaranteed by democracy can be cast aside. You can't say that people who are agitating for a reorganization of the political structure are making noise. That language displays a pathology of thinking, which I think is very dangerous for the sustenance of democracy.
For you, Mr. Kandid Johnson, what would you say is perhaps the biggest lesson for Nigeria, since we are mirroring the American system in a lot of ways?
Yes.
What do you think, as it stands right now, is perhaps the biggest lesson for us as a country?
From the American election?
Absolutely.
It's that you must take protests to power. It's that you can march in the streets, you can express your view, you can galvanize your ideas, you can express them vocally, even in the face of terrible violence threatened against you. And that when you do that, that the next step is to organize and mobilize to take, by the measures of the Constitution, political power.
We saw what happened with Mr. Donald Trump saying he's not giving in to the result of that election. And in a lot of ways, is the fact that it's obvious the outcome of the election. But Mr. Biden has been, there is a system that officially makes the result of the election public. But if you look at Mr. Trump, for example, and the outcome of the election, how do you suppose the relationship between Nigeria and America would be going forward?
Well, it's interesting. I listened to a speech by the former President Goodluck Jonathan a few weeks ago, where he spoke about the tremendous pressure brought upon him by the Obama administration, in which Joe Biden was the vice president, sending the Secretary of State to basically lean on him to be sure that the result of the Nigerian elections was put into effect. Now, it's very interesting, therefore, that the presidential spokesman suggests that President Trump, who is an autocrat and in many respects an enemy of democracy, is a better bet for this government than President Biden. It seems to me that what we will see, what I expect to see, especially with the focus that is inevitable in the Biden government on the rights of minorities, of black people, and the very same rights which many people in Nigeria think belong to them on the streets, the right to live, that a man of conscience and character like Joseph Biden would lead a government which would make international human rights a priority, which would make the rights of self-determination of all the nationalities and the variety of countries across the world a priority. And this is important because if America is going to be the beacon for peace and order and democracy in the world, it has to try and promote those in other places and in its own self-interest, because disruption in any part of the world is a danger to the interests of powers like America. So how do you achieve that? In any system, in any government, you cannot rule by force and fear. You have to rule by consent. However that consent is arranged, by constitutional arrangements, by political coalitions. The fact is that if you want to have peace and tranquility, and you want to guarantee the progress of the greatest number of your people, you have to accommodate a variety of interests, and you have to reach agreements, and you have to enlist their consent by these political and social arrangements.
Let's shift attention from the American election to our own local issues here. And I'd like to take you to the issue of the NSAS protesters.
Yes, this is the area where I'm interested, so I want you to listen to this very attentively.
Nigeria to freeze the accounts of 19 young Nigerians on a public affairs company linked to the NSAS protests. From a legal point of view, what are the implications of this?
Well, sorry, since you asked me the legal point of view, I'll respond to that, but it's bad politics. The optics of it is very poor at a time when you're trying to recover from a crisis which has accentuated the massive and unsustainable trust deficit between the Nigerian government and its peoples. It seems that without further explanation, such a step would look like intimidation.
Of course, that's what it is.
I think it's a dangerous step. But as far as the law is concerned, in 2020, the National Assembly passed an amended Banks and Other Financial Institutions law, which, amongst other things, gives the governor of the central bank the power that is exercised with the consent of the court. It's a dangerous power which is subject to irresponsible use, and if it's used for purposes of political oppression, then it becomes increasingly more dangerous. Now you go to a court and you say there is a crime that has been committed, these accounts are involved in that crime. You need to state what that is. You need to give people the opportunity to respond, because anybody who's accused of a crime or criminal activity has a right to defend themselves. Now what I understand, and I've seen a copy of the ruling, is that the Federal High Court has given an order freezing accounts of individuals for 90 days. The government apparently asked for 180 days. And on the face of it, I would consider this to be an egregious abuse of power. If anybody is accused of a crime, he's entitled to the presumption of innocence. This is in our Constitution, and he's entitled to defend himself at the earliest possible opportunity. Why then would a court grant an ex parte order freezing an account for 90 days? Do you know how they feed themselves? Do you know how they clothe themselves? Do you know whether their mother needs hospital treatment? Even in the most vicious orders of a court, if you freeze accounts, you would allow the capacity of people to have their living. There must be a limit to the power that can be exercised by a party without that party being heard. So it seems to me, without knowing what the facts, without knowing whether there's any crime involved, that even if the most egregious crime is alleged and it can be proved, the opportunity that is denied to people to respond in the shortest possible time to such an allegation is very dangerous. And in the climate in which it has been used, it would seem to me, on the first blush, to be an attempt to intimidate political activity.
Yes. The president's spokesperson inferred in that same question, and he said, we are a country governed by law.
Yes.
It was making an inference in the fact that an investigation is on. So in the face of an investigation, yes, that for you isn't right.
Well, an investigation is an inquiry to determine facts. That's what it is. If you have determined those facts conclusively, then those should be in the public domain when you take such a draconian step. If you have not established those facts...
You consider it draconian?
Of course I consider it to be draconian.
But it's captured in the Nigerian law.
Yes. If you look at the history of Nigerian political history, many laws enacted by our governments have been regarded as draconian. It's not about the power to exercise those laws. It's about whether those laws fit in within the regime of our Constitution and whether the extent to which they intrude on individual and personal rights is tolerable. So, of course, the National Assembly can pass a law saying that your house may be seized tomorrow and may be turned into a police station. Would you consider that to be fair? Perhaps not. if that is the situation, then you would consider that to be a draconian exercise of power. Whether a law is draconian or not does not end at the inquiry as to whether it has been properly passed or not. Now, there are many issues that would arise from the exercise of power in this case. I understand that the presidential spokesman is not a lawyer, so maybe he's
a lawyer.
I understand he's a journalist,
an idiot.
so maybe it's a public perception of it. But we are a nation governed by laws. Amongst those laws is our constitution. The Constitution of Nigeria, by consent or by prescription, is a series of rights against which every other exercise of political or legal power must be tested, and it can fail. So, if you decided you wanted to take my house without a right for me to be heard, that would be draconian. And I would consider it to be a breach of the Constitution of Nigeria. And the National Assembly cannot pass a law which infringes rights guaranteed by the Constitution.
That act, it was an act of parliament.
It's an act of parliament.
But the thing is, the process of the law also to obtain an ex parte order.
Yes.
That isn't unlawful, is it?
No, but then you then raise another important question.
I'm trying to establish the fact that you do not agree with that position.
I don't agree.
But the process of it isn't unlawful, is it?
No. The fact is that you can obtain an ex parte order. This new law says you can obtain an ex parte order. But ex parte order is a procedure. Under the ordinary practice of our courts, you can, in case of urgency and imminent danger, obtain an ex parte order with the condition that such an order is for the shortest possible time, only in cases of extreme urgency. Why? Because it operates against the presumptive right of an individual to be heard before an order that prejudices him is made. So, under the Federal High Court law, for example, under the Federal High Court Civil Procedure rules, you have a right to attack an order that's made against you ex parte within 7 days. And such an order cannot last for 14 days after you have applied to set it aside, because the court must be encouraged to hear you on your rights. How does this fit in with the Federal High Court law and the presumption that you have a right of innocence, and that you have a case, you must respond to the case against you if an order is made freezing your account for 80 or 90 days? And if the government has the conviction to apply to freeze an account of an individual without hearing them for 180 days, then the government must have 100% proof of criminality, and we should see it. It's past investigation. If you come and say, I want to seize your house for 180 days, I'm entitled to say, what is your case against me beyond a reasonable doubt? And that's, I think, he's quite right. It's a question for the Attorney General to answer, and I'm sure that he's considering how he will answer that question.
But in summary, you do not think is a right step to take by the federal government?
I said two things. First of all, I consider it to be, it seems to me to be spiteful. It seems to me to be politically unwise in the context in which we are. As a legal matter, I consider that it is a draconian power which restricts the right of an individual to contain property that belongs to him. And that this cannot be done ex parte, except to a very high standard where there's urgency, and that the limitation of law, which is provided by all procedures in the Federal High Court, is that when such a draconian power is exercised, and an ex parte order is draconian because you are not heard, that you must have the earliest opportunity, and that the court itself must then be the protector of your rights. The court should say, you've made this case, it looks good to me, I'm going to give this order for 3 days. But serve them with this paper tomorrow, and I will hear them. I will make this order, I will continue. I will not grant an order for 90 days. It seems to me to grant an order freezing the accounts of individuals, especially in the economic circumstances we find ourselves, that it seems to me like an effort to intimidate political opposition.
What if it's hinged, could there be an exception to the rule if it's hinged on issues of national security?
National security, that's a very interesting point. This has not been the case made. But if such a case was made, the court would have to satisfy. You see, the court is to protect the rights of the individual, even against the state. The court will have to make a determination, and the court cannot be prevented from reviewing the national security issue, What is it?
But there's an
the big
exception
ticket?
to fundamental rights on the issue of national security.
No, I don't think that's...
It's been debated widely.
Yeah, I don't think that is correct seen as an exception to national security, because even courts, even countries that exercise the rule of law, who exercise serious restrictions in the case of national security, would have to have some impartial person determine. In England, in America, they have the FISA courts. I want to exercise a draconian power in the interest of national security. It's a legitimate interest, but I must satisfy someone. I cannot determine national security by myself and exercise it. And this brings us back to the bigger question. Who is the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria? Is the Central Bank of Nigeria the national security agency? Where does the Central Bank of Nigeria get the temerity to purport that it is exercising a power for national security? That's not the job of business of the Central Bank of Nigeria.
All right. Let's take a breather. Mr. Campbell Johnson. I mean, I'm loving it because I'm interested in...
Yeah, see, that's the question. This is because you're dealing with a country that has no rule of law. They just intimidation. That's all they're doing. They're trying to, intimidate these little men that are trying to, raise their head and cry about the problems that they're having in their country, and they want somebody to look at it. And what do they do? They're intimidating them. They're wanting to make them, find it, which is exactly what Lumumba has said here. Listen to this.
In every 5 Africans is a Nigerian by nationality. And I described it as the African heat. And SARS has gone underground, is in comatose, and the government thinks that it has solved the problem.
Of course it has not.
That was a statement by young Nigerians that we are dissatisfied, that there are certain things that we want done. I hope that the administration in Nigeria will, in a very programmatic manner, begin to address those issues. And
they will not. You see, what they're doing, they're intimidating them, they want them to stop. But I am telling the Nigerian youths, don't stop. This is your chance. This is absolutely your chance to make your voices heard. Because these people are not going. Look at the way they're thinking. They're not even trying. First of all, you came out with NSARS, and the first thing, we've disbanded SARS. They didn't disband SARS, they changed the name to ISWAP or IWAP or whatever WAP they're using. Because for you to say you disbanded something, you cannot take, let me put it this way, you cannot take a new wine or an old wine and put it in a new bottle and tell us that the wine is new. No, it's the bottle that is new, the wine is still old. So you cannot just take these people as SARS, you change their name to something else. Where is the training that you gave them? Because for you to disband an organization, first of all, you have to take its members out and train them and relocate them into something else. Because the pressure was on them, immediately say, okay, we disbanded. The IG say, the swap is ended. Yeah, where are the occupants of that office, the SARS? Who are they? They are human beings. They are not just, it's just a name that we're talking about. We're talking about the people, the wine that is inside that bottle. What happened to it? Did you refine it again? Did you bring it out and, rebrew it? They cannot, because these people don't have the slightest idea of what they want. They are playing this game, let me be honest with you. They're playing the games and they're ringing out bright, roaring, hoping that by 2023 they will do the same mago again and get back and continue from where they stop. Our fathers have. Anybody out there who thinks that that country is going to change is deceiving himself, is lying to himself. Stop fooling yourself and stop lying. You don't have a country. The house is cracked. The foundation is wrong. The windows are all falling apart. Changing the roof and changing the doors and windows will not solve that problem, because this has a cracked foundation. The foundation, all you need to do is excavate, bulldoze it, take it out, grind it off, clean up the earth where it was when the foundation was. Excavate it from there, rebuild. Create a new foundation that is more solid, that you will call your own. Because who created Nigeria? It wasn't you. You were not part of the creation of Nigeria. And what does Nigeria mean in the Abdukal language? I don't know. Any country in the so-called Nigeria that will come up and say, this is our language. The British man came from Europe. His name is Lord Lugard with his girlfriend. They started as a business company, Royal Niger Company. That's what they were. And they came here to trade. They didn't come here to create a country. They created a country, okay, fine, for their own business. But the talk is that they've left. They are no more here. So what is wrong with you? That you want to keep this name and die for the name that you did. Obviously, in your eyes, you know that this is not going to lead you anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. It has never gone anywhere and will never go anywhere. You are here defending it by all means. You want to die for it. They are killing people in Obibo. All with the so-called Southeast governors, they went there. I'm listening to, you know when people are cowards, just because they put 100 million on Wike, after he is the one that put it there, he was the one that started it. He was the one that they threw the first blow. 50 million to get somebody to him. And our leader put in 100 million. And Wike is panicking. Look at him. Listen to his conversation with Momodu. That wasn't the conversation. He took it over. And was rattling. You see the coward. You see that the man is a damn coward. He's so afraid. He's scared. We know this. Nobody's a child. When you start saying, you can kill my mother, you can kill my father, you can kill me. If one man died but once, that man is a coward. He's not talking like a human being. Well. He's so I'm telling you, he's completely scared. And his friends, the governors of the South, according to them, went to console him. Relax, man, relax. They are not coming after you yet, but you are not free, Wike. You are not free. In diaspora, we are all waiting for you guys. You make one come now. Stay there and salvage Nigeria. Stay there and take care of your... What are you coming out to do? Build a hospital there within your government house, so that if you get headache, you run in there, because that's the only thing you can do. And if you think that you are going to go there and keep killing people and nobody's... No. I said the man is so scared. And unless somebody, you don't know when somebody is paranoid, well, listen to him. He was the one talking. This was supposed to be a conversation between him and Dele Momodu. And Dele wasn't even talking anymore. He was the one that took it over, telling us his life history, how he was accused of armed robbery, and Eguna to the man not to see kill. I'm telling you honestly. I was just dying laughing. I said, all this gara man, with all this his toughness. Look at the way he's talking, like ranting like a woman. Just talking, blah, 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 nothing. I said he told his life history, how he was accused of snatching a car and all that. Who cares about that? And he's supposed to be a lawyer. Listen to the English, and it's entire me well. I'm not a lawyer, but and English language is not our language too. But so if you can't speak it, you could have just spoken the Ikure language, and let's go with that. So the government is, seizing and freezing the account of these young people. Well, End-Stars protesters were still telling you, gear up, get ready. It's brewing. It's not going to stop. Don't stop it. Hit it the second time. The first one, yes, you did very well. They intimidated you by gun, coming there to kill. Till today, in fact, yesterday somebody sent me a clip about the investigation about this killing that I think was being held somewhere in the zoo, and the Canadian government, they got interested in it. So I got a very, very interesting clue yesterday, and I listened to the testimony of some people that were present let me see if I find that clip, I'm going to play for it. You see, it came out of Canada. I think in Canada they had this meeting of people testifying. The story is that there was this girl that was there when this whole thing happened, and she managed to escape and came to Canada. So they granted her asylum, and the Canadian Parliament is listening to. Let's listen to what the conversation they had over there. It was a very interesting discussion.
try and watch this video to the end and listen to what the parliament have to say.
Yeah,
all right,
it's
my
Canadian
people,
Parliament. You have
good morning, my amazing people. Good afternoon.
Very interesting, and I listen to it.
So
I need you to share it with me and listen to it also. To see the kind of country that you have.
If you are new here,
people lie and lie and lie. They do things and they lie.
You've not subscribed.
So let's listen to it. It's very interesting.
Where they will subscribe and put on the notification bell so that whenever I upload any video, you will be notified. To all my returning subscribers, thank you very much for tuning in, and to my new subscribers, you are welcome. Our leaders wrote 99 petitions against the
ground of Nigeria and Nigerians. It's a great country with great people, spirited
this
people.
Is a testimony of a girl who was present at the
good and bad out there, of course. But I tell you, from my personal experience, it is either as a result of the government's handling of Nigerians, the country, how we have responded and reacted. No excuses. Now, specifically to the day, 20th of October, 2020, we had such Nigerians there, spirited, focused, united in one goal. Against injustice, against police brutality, against bad governance. What started out as a protest against police brutality, especially the unit called SARS, unfortunately just degenerated into something I still find it hard to reconcile with in my heart. I remember being there at the protest. I was on stage with some beautiful organizers of that particular day's event. And we were informed that there was a curfew for 3 p.m. I do remember that there was outrage on Twitter because it was short notice. The curfew, I think we got the information at about noon that day. And so we said, look, people came from all over Lagos. It was thousands of people there. The best thing we can do if people can't make it home, we'll sit still, don't do anything, don't move. We'll sit still and we'll sleep over till night. It was at the toll gate. And then later on, we got, sorry about that. And then later on, we got, I'm so sorry. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, great. I'm getting some messages in my ear. Okay, so we also got information later that the governor wanted to see me and 6 other people. And I remember saying to them that we have no leader. If the governor wanted to speak to us, he should kindly come to the toll gate and address Nigerians because we've been out for over 11 days. And then the lady that came to give us the information, I do not remember her name at this time, left. She came back some 30 minutes later to inform us that the curfew had been canceled and moved to 9 p.m. I remember telling the people there this information and people cheered. While this was going on, another member that was standing behind me came up to me and said, someone is taking out the cameras from the toll gate. And I said, do you recognize who? Because we had I think the real heart of Nigerians there. We did not destroy anything except for graffiti. We did not take anything. We did not take anything from the toll gate. We cleaned up after ourselves. So we wanted to be sure it wasn't happening. Well, it wasn't a protester that was doing that. And then we found out that it was one of the staff, or, he had the LCC uniform. Those are the people that manage the toll gate. So he took a picture just to keep and, to sort of use as proof that we didn't destroy or take anything. And then we realized that the big billboard that is over the toll gate had been turned off. And so just before 7, it was like to 7, maybe 7:15, not too sure on the exact time, but to 7, we heard gunshots coming from behind. At first it was chaotic because we didn't know where the gunshots were coming from. We didn't know what the gunshots were about. And then the lights went off. I think the rest of that is just the most tragic thing. I thought I was going to die. I thought we're all going to die. And it was in that moment that I said, let me go live on Instagram so people see what happened to us. People see where we were killed. I just believed that was what was going to happen. And I remember the military came in first. They stopped shooting at some point, and I walked up to one of them and I asked him why he was shooting at us. And he said he had express orders from above. and that I was coming too close to him. And if I came too close, it would be considered an attack on him and he would have to shoot. So I moved back and asked everyone to move back. It didn't take maybe another 10 minutes, the shooting started again. I remember seeing 7 people that had been shot down. And we were telling people on my live Instagram to please help us call ambulances, to please help us call CNN, Al Jazeera, Fox News, anybody, BBC, just so that people see what's going on. And then when we noticed that people had called ambulances because we just saw an ambulance coming the first time. But then we noticed the ambulance was stopped by another set of military at the back, which we didn't realize that it was a 3-line formation. So there were military people behind us, in front of us, and another line behind the ones in front of us. And so they stopped the first ambulance, they sent it back. So I remember saying on my live that they're turning the ambulances away. The second one came, they turned it back. And then the third one came from our back. I really don't know how he got in, but he got in. So we had to rush. There was an elderly man who was shot on the side. We had to rush him to the ambulance. After this part, everything sort of died down
DJ Switch. Yeah, we will get an opportunity through questions to hear more of your story. It's very compelling. Okay. We do want to hear it, but we are going to move just so we can get through the witnesses and then get into questions. So we're going to move to Osai Ojigo.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Chair, and for the opportunity to share a bit more light on the current situation in Nigeria. I would like to begin by stating that on the face of it, Nigeria is very compliant with human rights. It has ratified many international treaties, including the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. However, human rights violations and abuses are prevalent. The #EndSARS protest movement arose due to the widespread human rights violations, including torture and extrajudicial killings by the police in the country. It all started when a viral video of a man shot by officers of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, of the Nigerian Police Force on 3rd October 2020 in Delta State was trending online. It elicited a lot of anger because people were just shocked by the brazen act of SARS. While the campaign for End SARS was not new, it was the first time in October 2020 that street protests were made under the banner. Earlier in the year, in June 2020, Amnesty International Nigeria released the report, Time to End Impunity, where we documented at least 82 cases of abuse by SARS between January 2017 and May 2020. The findings showed that SARS officers carried out torture and other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment as punishment on detainees or as a tool for extracting information and for extortion. They seized money and property from suspects to enrich themselves rather than to bring criminals to book. Our research showed that young persons, especially young men between the ages of 17 and 30, are most at risk of arrest, torture, or extortion by SARS. Even journalists were harassed, coerced, and threatened, especially when they are covering stories or failing to disclose sources to the officers. Nigerian government adopted the Anti-Torture Act in 2017. This law criminalizes torture in Nigeria. However, no SARS officer or any police officer for that matter has been convicted of torture in the Nigerian court, despite the fact that torture is actually quite pervasive by security agents. The impact of the End SARS protest was huge because nearly 30 out of the 36 states had hosted at least one protest. Lagos had the most venues and the largest number of people gathering to protest against this brutal tactical unit. On Tuesday, 20th of October 2020, which we now call Black Tuesday, Nigeria's military forces opened fire at peaceful protesters at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos. There were other shootings by police in other communities in Lagos that day, leaving at least 12 people dead in Lagos. Amnesty International noted that at least 56 people have died across the country since the protest began. up till 20th of October. In many cases where the security forces intervened in the protest, they had used excessive force in an attempt to control or stop the protest. There's evidence that talks were not stopped, especially when they were trying to disrupt this protest. It's important to stress also that there have been several panels set up by the government to resolve these issues, yet they have never followed up the recommendations. There have been threats against human rights defenders, activists, NGOs, and Amnesty International for speaking against injustice. Recently, just on Wednesday, November 4th, Amnesty International was threatened by an unknown group suspected to be sponsored by the Nigerian military. They have given Amnesty International Nigeria 7 days to leave the country. Otherwise, they are going to inflict violence and arson on us and on our premises. The atmosphere of fear is distracting and preventing many human rights defenders and activists from demanding for accountability. It also puts frontline advocates at risk of being attacked by non-state actors. Nigeria needs to be reminded of their international obligations to protect everyone within their territory without discrimination. And we hope our testimony today would help the committee in arriving at what sort of pressure to put on Nigeria to do the right thing. I thank you.
Ojigo, thank you. And now moving to the Biafrans in Canada Community Association, we have Tim Okafor and Stella Kamidiriam. You will have 5 minutes total between yourselves, so 5 minutes.
This is the Canadian Parliament. Listen to.
Thank you, committee members. I want to specifically talk about the aftermath of the NSAS movement and protest. After the protest, we saw a large number of people arrested by Nigerian government. A lot of them hasn't been processed, but I want to specifically bring attention to what is happening in Obibo in Rivers State. Now, this is a fallout from the NSAS protest. So many police stations were burned throughout southern Nigeria, mostly in most of the states. Youth had reacted to what witnesses have described here as high-handedness by the SARS group and other military groups and security agencies, extrajudicial killings, torture, many, all kinds of atrocities that are meted to people. Now, the governor of Rivers State had imposed a curfew and made a declaration that indigenous people of Biafra, I represent the organization of the Biafrans that live here in Canada, had committed crimes of killing either police or army or burning police station. And because of that, he placed a curfew on 4 communities, Obibo, Ikoku, Maiwan, and Oil Mill. I want to point out that these particular communities are inhabited by Biafrans and the Igbo especially. We know the ethnic composition of Nigeria. So many times, Nigerians are blinded by ethnicity. They do not see themselves as one country. So the government uses that. It brings up one community against the other. And that again kills the nationalistic philosophy of the nation. But let me stay here. The reason why I'm saying is that while we look at what had happened before, my attention is focused on what is actually happening right now. From the people that we speak on the ground, they've told us that at least 300 young men have lost their life between when government imposed this curfew. What it did was that it let people in their house without proper food and medication for over going to 3 weeks now. Now, if you come out because you ran out of food or medication and you're a young man between 18 and 30 years, you are shot, you are arrested, you're brutalized. There's all kinds of pictures and videos are watched on social media. I've spoken to the person we have on the ground, the pastor, And even the kind of things he narrated, the amount of people that are dying, are being killed and shot and are arrested. There was one specific incident where an ambulance had come to carry the cops. The military men stopped the ambulance and set the ambulance on fire with the people inside it. Now, I got the information to speak to you today on a short notice as at yesterday. So what I intend to do is I've spoken to our people on the ground to have names, time, all the things we can document so that after this meeting, I'll make that available to this committee, the names of the people who are killed, the impact on their families, what happened. And then one of the striking things they told me is that when they do this, the first thing they do is to make sure nobody get a picture of them. So if you're using a cell phone to capture this incident, they came down with snipers. The federal government sent at least 3,000 soldiers in each state of southeastern and southern Nigeria. So my appeal is to stop the killing going on right now before we can get to other things, because people are falling. They are human beings. Their lives matter, just like the lives of every single individual matter. So there's all kinds of things taking place as I speak to you now. I will send in documents, videos, audios, so that if this community can send someone down to verify the veracity of those information, that'd be very, very helpful.
Thank you, Mr. Okafor. Thanks so much. And on that, being able to send in documents, please, any documents, any information that you would like to send through the clerk. Now we're going to move to questions, and the members are going to have an opportunity to ask the witnesses questions. We're starting with Ms. Ikra Khalid from the Liberal Party.
Thank you very much,
for 7
Mr.
minutes.
Chair. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and I thank all of the witnesses here for your very compelling testimony. I would like to start by giving Ms. Switch the opportunity to finish her narrative of the events that Ms. Ojigo also highlighted as well. So Ms. Switch, take your time, but I hope that you'll leave me some time to ask some follow-up questions. Just in your remarks, also, if you can address the Cybercrime Act in Nigeria and its impact on your advocacy in the online space as well. So please go ahead, Ms. Switch.
Okay, so just to quickly round that up, so like you said, I can leave you some time. We were able to sort of hold our ground, and then the military left after a commandant came, and we got his name. I think they must have, we just guessed they must have found out that there were a lot of people that were watching what was going on. But 45 or 50 minutes later, the police came and did the same thing and actually killed people. So that's just to wrap it up as quickly as possible. With regards to cybercrime in Nigeria, I think that's if I understand your question. Yes, it's a problem. It is a problem. And just like I said when I started speaking, that we've got something about Nigerians. We're very hardworking, and we have this survival, instinct at every level. There's this desperate need to survive, and not excusing that act because it is criminal, But all I'm saying is something led to something, and there's not enough sensitization. There's not enough education, for people to understand what they can use their skills for actually, so it's a broad scope. It's something that needs to be addressed for intelligent people in Nigeria who don't use it for anything but to do criminal things online. Just to address that. Yeah.
Thank you. And Ms. Switch, if you can identify and highlight for us, what has your life been like since that fateful day, and how you are doing after that fact?
I've been on the move because it was 2 days after my live. The first threat came in. I thought it was a joke. I sincerely thought it was a joke. I was on my way home, because I had been on the street for 2 days straight. But just as I was leaving, because some of my colleagues in the same industry as I am tried to come get me out of the hospital. I was sort of vouching for one of the boys that we took in there. He was shot in the neck by a policeman. And just as I left, I got a phone call telling me I should please leave the vicinity, that there were military men at the hospital. And I think they found that out because on my story as well, I was thanking the manager of the hospital for letting us into his hospital and for treating us for free. So I think that's how they got that information. So I had to abandon my home. I moved from people's homes, like different places. I stayed in someone's property that they hadn't lived in for a long time. And then just to get out of Nigeria, I made short videos of my trip, just getting to where I am today. And I'm still traveling. So I'm not even done with my trip. And it's like in a forest just to get out of Nigeria. I still, when I put a cotton bud in my left ear, I bleed from there. I have a picture of that as well. I've been trying to document everything. I barely sleep. It's crazy. I can imagine parents who actually can't find their kids now because they've moved bodies. So I don't know.
Thank you for sharing that, Ms. Switch. I really, really hope that things improve. I'll turn to Ms. Ojigo with respect to your comments about Amnesty International and your ability to operate in Nigeria. You had mentioned that you've been asked to leave the country. We've seen, and you also mentioned that this End SARS movement is not new. What is different in this instance that has brought such large volumes of protests that has really highlighted this issue within the Nigerian people?
Thank you very much. I'll start with your last question. A lot of things have been building up in Nigeria in the last couple of years. So it was in 2017 that the End SARS hashtag started trending online. Last year, there was a visit by the Special Rapporteur of the United Nations on extrajudicial unlawful killing. And in her preliminary observations, she noted that the lack of accountability in Nigeria for crimes committed by the state officials is actually leading to that we're actually sitting on a keg of gunpowder. So the early warning signs have been there for a pretty long time, and it's kind of like peaked, showing that the government needed to address this issue. If people complain, you need to ensure that justice is served. So I guess that when that video on the 3rd of October was trending, people just had enough. And also because that month happened to be our independence month, anniversary month as well. Nigeria is celebrating 60 years of independence. So for young people, it's like, what's the future going to look like? I think there was a lot of mixed feelings celebrating our independence from Britain. So all of this culminated in addition to we're experiencing one of the worst economic recession of all times in recent times. Prices of things have gone up. So people are like, we can't even walk free on our streets. So we need justice to happen. With regards to the threat to Amnesty International, it's by a group that we suspect is being sponsored by the Nigerian military. We've not been able to directly link them together, but we've been having threats. We've been having staged protests in front of Amnesty offices whenever we release reports. And we've noticed that it's always when there's been a report linked to the military, we'll just have protesters in front of our office. And we have videos to show that afterwards they go and share money and then they leave. But why this threat is particularly worrying for us is not because they've asked us to leave Nigeria. They've asked us many times to do that. But because we are coming out of a period where there's been wanton killings and destruction of property across the country. We've been campaigning against the police.
Thank you.
And so we feel the people that can protect us might not be in the position to do so. Thank you.
We're going to move to the Conservatives with Mr. Chu for 7 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Nigeria, it's actually very close to my heart. My father once worked in Lagos for a few years. And back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. So I understand the country through him a lot. Of course, it's been quite a long time since. So I'm going to fire off a few quick questions just to update my expectation on the country itself. It will be appreciated if any of the witnesses can actually take that on. So the first question I have is, assuming that there is an effective police complaint mechanism, has that path been exercised?
I can respond to that question with the permission of the chair. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
So Nigeria has the police complaints unit, complaints response unit. They receive complaints, but generally it's complaints to settle causes. Those complaints have not led to greater improvement for prosecuting officers when they've committed crimes. There's also the police oversight body known as the Police Service Commission, and there have been a lot of challenges in terms of it's a commission that lacks a lot of powers to actually take cases of discipline and prosecution of officers independently. It's often headed by a retired police commissioner. So we believe those are some of the challenges those units have.
Thank you. Appreciate that you have actually answered my two other questions here. The other question I have is, will government agents, so police or military, be ever arrested or charged? I'm trying to assess the independence of the judiciary system in current Nigeria. Mr. Chair, it's open to any of the witnesses.
Yes, please, witnesses, anybody that would have an answer or information.
Well, I think I can say something here with regards to police being charged. I'm just going to be straight up and tell you, no. There is the facade of policemen being charged. There's the facade of justice, being served, but it's never served, and it has devolved to the point where a policeman can actually say in front of a camera that he would do anything to you and nothing will happen. So that's the short answer.
Thank you.
I've just joined this meeting. Nigeria. Just joined as one of the witnesses, not member of the National Assembly, if you are hearing me.
Sure. Through you, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, in the interest of time, I'm just going to move on. My next set of questions is about the freedom of information flow in Nigeria today. Does government have control of media in general? In other words, via...
Before I open up the line, I want to take one more, because what the lady just said is a charade. The policeman will come up and tell you and talk to you and tell you, I can kill you right here, and nothing will come out of it. It's a common saying back there. Now, let's listen to a former army officer in his experience with this same thing that the lady just said. Before I open up the line after this, we're going to have to take interactive phone calls from you guys, so tell us what you think.
Then you find a craftsman who will tell you, I will shoot you or I will kill you and nothing will happen. But the gentleman is correct, nothing will happen. Because in the past, people have killed and nothing has happened. How many cases have been investigated by the IG? How many? How many SARS personnel have been held, as culprits and made to face the law? So the man is right when he stops you in your car and discussing with you and tell you, if you are not careful, I will waste you and nothing will happen. And he tells it to your face. Frankly speaking, I've sat in the car once with my family, my wife and kids. I was stopped by a policeman. I was in Mufti. I didn't bother to introduce myself in my usual way because I feel allowed the gentleman to do his job. But you will not believe he started stepping beyond his bounds. When eventually he discovered, I am an army colonel, I expected that as a disciplined security man, You come to attention and pay me my regards. He was asking me, so what do you have for the boys now? A bloody sergeant? You're asking me, after knowing who I am? I'm disappointed. I looked at him, I said, well, I don't blame you. I blame the training you had because my driver wouldn't do that to your boss. It's unfortunate. And while I kept talking, my wife became jittery that, look, this man is holding a weapon. Drive off, baby, before this man begins to misbehave. I had to understand what she was saying, and I drove off because I'm there with my entire family. This guy will waste you, and nothing will happen.
That's right. That's right. That is it. That's Nigeria for you. He will waste you, and nothing will happen. If you can talk to look, the point is that when they say end SARS, I just wish that these kids will come up again with this. Please don't give it up. It is your life. Most of us are not young enough anymore. But for those of you who are growing up and your children are growing up, it stands for you to be able to do something to change the system. Otherwise, what you're going through is just a piece of cake compared to what your families will go through. If you don't do anything right now, it's time to gear up and do what you know how to do. Hit the street again. Honestly. Intimidation, that they can do is to intimidate you, which they are very good at doing, and which they are doing right now. But let me be honest with you. The ball is in your court. It's your only chance. This is something you could have done long time ago. But let us say welcome to it one more time. Coming. All right, the line is open. Let me take calls. I came up early this morning because I really wanted to talk to you guys. I've not been with you for a while. So make your calls at 646-920-4541, 5703-528-442, +1 and 929-406-9953. That's the line for the principal officers and the ladies. So call us here and tell us what is trending wherever you are, especially those in Biafra land who want to hear more.
The supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra is Amadike Marginalization and Unity. Cannot be two. Stand Live Production. Show face on the microphone. Shalom Israel. Shalom Muchineke. We are getting there. It's a matter of time. Shalom. You know me say I go say my right for you, Nigeria.
All right, I have a call coming in on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. My name is Pastor Jack. I'm calling from Lagos. Okay, I just want to add my voice to this very beautiful analysis commentary this afternoon. It is obvious. In fact, I am happy for both DJ Switch and the other people who are in that panel explaining the atrocities that are taking place in this contraction called Nigeria.
Yes.
In fact, many countries knew that this is how Nigeria operates. No system of government is working. Be it the three levels of the system of government they have, be it judiciary, executive, legislature, none of them is working. Because if any of them is working, judiciary would have checkmated the executive as well as the legislature. But all of them are in cohort, hunting, killing the innocent civilian in a situation whereby after the government finish killing people who are demonstrating their constitutional right that they should right the wrong by implementing or bringing about good governance in the contraction. They send their police, they send their soldiers to kill peaceful protesters at Loki toll gate. They remove CCTV camera before they perpetrated that act. At the same time, they started chastising people who they felt participated in the ENSAS and people who supported them. CBN, in cohort with the federal government, started frozen people's account, especially their domiciliary and their dumb account. And people get quiet You see the media, the worst thing that has happened to the contraction is the media. The media promoting what the government is doing by saying that these persons, we are linked to terrorism sponsoring. In fact, you cannot hold it when you are listening to the stupid media of... Now, DJ Switch was explaining because she was the one having the first-hand information at that Lekki toll gate. She was on live Instagram taking the pictures. Even there are other videos that other people shot behind MAOBI Free Station, close to that Lekki toll gate. They were shooting the video from that up. Some people shot from that 1004. Those of you that know 1004. They never knew what until they realized that many people were filming them. That was when they had to retrieve. But meanwhile, they have killed so many persons. Still traced them to the hospital and started and killed most of them and took their bodies away. Now, this morning, the same police brutality we are shouting in Delta, the same Delta, team of police on the road, I don't know what they are doing on the road, wanted somebody, a bus driver, to give them bribe. And only I say, I am going to the market, I have nothing. They broke this man's head. If you see blood from his face, down to his chest, down to his body, and people there, if you go online now, you see the information, they are sharing it everywhere, that the police has started again. These people cannot stop because there is no justice anywhere in this contraction. Both the executive, the judiciary, the legislature, they are all criminals, stupid set of people. Nobody is holding anybody accountable. This is where police will just tell you, your face, I will kill you and nothing will happen. I will waste you. And you see the person on video. Till today, nothing is happening. Yes. The stupid people will come up, they say they want to set up inquiry. To inquire from who and where. At the end of the day, what happened? And if the government is enlightened and reasonable, instead of them to take the first protest as a precaution, they are not clamping down on the people that participated. But you know what? The second phase of the NSA process is on the way coming. And nobody will be spared.
Yes.
That will be the bringing down on the contraction. People will divert into cryptocurrency. That is where they will be donating their money for support. No longer in the bank. Because most of the bank compromised by releasing the information to CBN. And people, as I'm talking to you, mostly Access Bank, people are shutting down their account. Because they cannot be fighting both for the bank and people individual, and they are exposing your information to the central bank and they are clamping down on you. People are shutting down their account. At the end of the day, when the bank is not functional, or when you get a minimum of what you're supposed to get in the banking industry, let me see where you're going to make your money. Stupid set of people. As I Peter, I'm so angry. Thank you very much. Let me stop here.
Thank you so much for your call. All right, I have a call coming in on straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good morning. My name is William, and I'm calling from Canada.
Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. First of all, let me start by appreciating our leader, Marginalization and Unity, and every member of IPOB. I have a question. We've not seen our leader online for a while now.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, we've not heard any broadcast, and every time I go online and I see live, but it's like an old broadcast.
Yes.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's okay. Our leader is fine. It's perfectly fine. He's just taking a break, that's all. Most of us, once in a while, we're coming. There's no problem at all, my brother. Thanks for asking.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you very much. And keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. All right, they have another call coming in. Let me take this one. Caller on WhatsApp. Are you there? Caller on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on WhatsApp. Are you there? All right, you're still battling with your system. When you're ready, call us. Let me take another one on straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Maz. I Peter. Let you go, bless you.
Bless you, sir. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, my name is MAOBI. My brother, let's go, bless you. Bless everybody that walking up to work to restore the kingdom of God. Many people are wondering why our leader is not talking. Yes, I love him. as our leaders keep silent now, they are afraid because they don't know what is in mind. And then some of people that come into platform to ask our leader questions and know the strategies and our leader. Some of them now are asking questions. Let us do our own. Our leaders have done a lot. Let us do our own. I think some people say, the way you are doing it is not the right way. Now our leader keeps silent. Let us show our leader that way now. Everybody says, this man do his best for everybody. Martin, Biafra is here. Martin, see, everybody is discussing about Nigeria. My brother, you see this place they call Nigeria. Both their journalists, their legislators, their senators, their governor, their police, their army, my brother, all of them are defenders of Lucifer. And these people don't get even one single soul, mind, one single heart they don't have. All of them, see, the police have come out now in the middle. This is the worst one they will see. People will see. There's so many people here. There's so many people collecting 50 naira. Just 2 days ago, police just come on the road. They are collecting 50 naira. You see this place? Indeed, this place called Nigeria is a place of devil, it's a place of terror, it's a place of Lucifer. And I want to call all the celebrities of Nigeria footballers. If the footballers can come up in this thing that happened to Nigeria youth, I tell you, this thing will end.
Yes.
This is the clip that you played now. This is your vibrant girl is saying that here in their social media, in their radio station, in their television, in their media, he can't see it. All my God, if you come in this Nigeria, radio stations every year. Now I realize that all these radio stations, they prefer this radio station to suppress this Biafran restoration. This is what I heard. Many administrators schools in Nigeria, so that radio station and the television station full in Nigeria, they cannot report. They can't. They may come in radio or television speaking baby grammar. But when you see the people that are speaking baby grammar, my brother, they are vagabonds. They are white men vagabonds.
Thank you.
Like I am telling them, nobody will stop the restoration of the kingdom of God.
Yes.
He must surely come. May God bless anybody that walking assiduously that restore the kingdom of God. Thank you, my brother. After weekend, your life will be like Nanda and Ifatina. God bless you, my brother.
There we. All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls here. My brother, the pastor, Pastor Jack said something that's very relevant, and I think it's something that we need to push forward. All these banks that are giving out information to the enemy, they become their enemy. Take your account from them. Close your account there. It's not safe. Any bank that sees that wants to stop keeping money, you are giving out information of your customers to the government or whatever you call them, because you don't have a government, whatever you call the people there, then you don't deserve people's money. People should walk up there and make sure that they close their account, they shut them down, because you cannot stay in a society where the man that is supposed to be protecting you is the man that is not protecting you. That is not how it works. Most civilized countries, you don't walk in there and start getting information from the bank because somebody said you should give them information, you just give it in. I have a call on the straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning. This is Oluwole Johnson. I'm calling from Russia.
Oh, welcome to the program, Oluwole.
Yeah, I really thank Nnamdi Kalu for all what he has been doing on Radio Biafra. I'm a Yoruba boy.
Yes.
Understand?
That's right.
Everything going on in Nigeria is just a fraudster. I just appreciate what Igbo people are doing, the people of Biafra. I think they are the one that is engineering we Yoruba for our own future also, all the Odudua. Yes. Because I realize that Hausa people have nothing to gain. They have nothing to lose.
Yes.
In their so-called useless Hausa land, they have nothing there. There is only Igbo people that has the oil and gas in the so-called Nigerian. And people that hold this oil, they are suffering from it. Even the Yoruba leaders are so foolish to the point that they are dancing to the Fulani stone. This Fulani, everybody knew that Nigeria is a fraudster. We all left Nigeria to another country for the great life, for the good opportunities. You understand?
Yes.
So I really appreciate everything that Mazi Kalu is doing. And I pray that our youth, our Yoruba youth too, do the same thing, because what can make Nigeria is calm, what can make us have freedom in that country is for us to split. That is just the true aspect of it. All these this police and is killing today, all these army are killing today. If we split, we all have one voice.
That's right.
But to do a split, Biafra split. Any leader that embezzles our money, we will call him to in order.
Yes.
We can do anything. We speak one voice. If anybody wants to, as I live in Russia. Igbo people are my friends. I don't have Hausa as friends because they have nothing in the sense. They have nothing. They have nothing to share with you.
It's true.
You understand? If you look at Nigeria nowadays, it's we Yoruba and Igbo that will travel all over the country. Hausa has nothing. They don't have IQ. They don't have anything. They just think like they're cow. They're cow. Everybody knows that Buhari is dead. I don't know why the TV station in Nigeria don't bring out these issues. I've never heard for one day that they are addressing this issue that we heard that the president is dead. Can the president comes out and speak with us? Nothing like that.
I know.
They're hiding it. And this, let me tell you the real part of it, that Tinubu, that useless Tinubu, is the major problem of Nigeria.
Yes.
He gave power to this useless Buhari. And now they're promising him 2023. Who told him he's going to be on life for 2023? Is it the God? I don't know. We less privileged people. We don't think about tomorrow because we don't know what is going to happen today. But these so-called Nigerian foolish people, those Sanwo-Olu, useless Nigerian leaders, useless Yoruba leaders, they are just so full and daft. They don't have future. They don't think of, I don't know what they're thinking about. They already embezzle a lot of money. Why can't you now reorganize and make the country great? See Ghana. The last time I went 15 years ago, we said Ghana must go. Ghana left Nigeria, and now Ghana is doing great.
That's right.
Even this Republic of Benin, I traveled to Benin before I traveled to Russia. They have life. We Nigerians, we don't have anything. So I just plead to everyone in Nigeria, based on the Igbo people and Yoruba people, to continue this NSAS protest. Because this one is more than NSAS. And I can tell you that UK had the major problem of Nigeria. I even heard that the refinery building by this useless man called the number one richest African man, the refinery belongs to the UK. So for how long are we going to be doing this? So the best thing is for us to split. Everybody should just go his way.
That's right. I agree.
So I just plead to all youth in Nigeria to just please, let's continue. I know God will answer our prayer. United Nations will come up with a referendum and then we'll split. And thanks to Nnamdi Kanu and thanks to all the Radio Biafra, I thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, welcome to the program anytime, my brother. This is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls. I have a call coming in on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Wow, that's WhatsApp line just cut off. I don't know why, but call us back. The number here is 646-920-4541, 570-3528-442, +1 929-406-9953. My dear brother, the problem with Nigeria is that they have an insoluble problem. Trying to put a square peg in a round hole is a problem. And we are never the same, and we can never be the same. I have a call coming in on Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi Peters.
Welcome to the program, sir.
Hearing your voice these days is like winning lottery.
I know. I've been away for a while. Yes.
I know. We wish you go back, man. You know, we need this library radio. Especially now that Mazi is not coming up on the radio. Man. Yeah. We need you guys. Thank you very much. I understand why you're not there. Some reasons, behind your control.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, let me first of all thank this Yoruba boy that spoke so well.
Yes.
He's on point. Let me also I would like to refer to the wonderful clip and interview of these folks. I think they work for the international bodies of making sure that people are not being maltreated and stuff like that. Yes. You know, there is a question that was posed to one of them, and you can see the smartness in these folks. Yes. You know, when they ask them, "What about this cyber crime?"
Yes.
You saw how she answered that question very, very well. You see, you have people who have, number one, to take part in cyber crime, you have to be knowledgeable, you have to be smart enough. Not everybody has knowledge of that computer. In order to be able to even try to do something, to be creative enough to be able to swindle people in the internet, you have to be smart. And you go to back to the question, why are people so smart doing what they're doing? It is because of the condition of that zoo called Nigeria. They have impoverished even the educated ones. You go to school, you come out, learn computer science, there is nothing for you. And what the danger now is that I'm warning the world. This is a warning. You see, there are smart criminals. You see, the people you should worry about, most people that go into criminal behavior are not smart. They're stupid. But the greatest danger any society will face, whether international body, the Western world, is when real smart criminals start coming out. You see what the type of money they are swindling from the internet? The other day, it was a guy, somebody in Dubai, diverted millions of dollars from United States government. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
If these people can be so smart to divert money paid by United States government, imagine what damage these people can do to the world if care is not taken. Nigeria is made up of very intelligent human beings. It has shown itself all over the world. People from the east, from the west are very smart people. They are very smart. If you do not create a very viable society, which can only come by dividing Nigeria, because that's the only way Nigeria will be viable, because there is no love felt for that country. People are killing one another. You can't go to the north and feel good about yourself. The northerners have different kind of religion and different belief system. The southerners are different. That's why you can see an army flogging a Yoruba woman for wearing clothes, for God's sake. Flogging a woman in her behind, in her buttocks. How could you be flogging a woman in her buttocks? Just because of ideology. People with different ideologies. You put people who are not supposed to be one, you make them to be one. And for 100 years you did that. There has never been any, it's continuous war, fight, kill. How could you be trying to be one after 100 years? Is it not insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and hoping for a different result? Is that not the definition of insanity, for God's sake? So why can't they just do the right thing and put this country into a referendum, just like what your friend said, and let people decide their fate? You allow these things you allow referendum in the Western world. Britain, you left UK, you left European Union on your own volition. How many times have you granted a referendum to Scottish people, and they're still going for it again? How many times? That you refuse because of free oil you're getting, free gas. Why can't you pay at least moderate price for it? For the fact that you're a colonial master, we can negotiate a better deal with you and give you, a better price that we can sell to the world for the fact that you're a colonial master. But you don't sit on us because you want to keep getting this free, and then say you might as well kill yourself and die, and you are fomenting the trouble even for us to be killing ourselves because we want oil. How long do you think that will go on before people will rise up and say enough is enough? What we're asking for is equality and better treatment for everybody. Nobody's saying kill the Hausas or kill the Fulanis or kill the Yorubas or kill the Igbo. No, that's not what we're asking for. We're saying Nigeria has what it takes to be a reasonable country. But for some reason, behind some people that are nothing but ethnic and religious bigots who think that they can kill off the rest of his tribes and occupy Nigeria and claim that they are their own Nigeria. And they're going to invite everybody, every Fulani all over the place. Every Fulani all over the place. We had Fulanis who have been head of states, but this particular APC government is just an outlier. This is completely something anybody has ever seen. You have to Islamize everybody, Fulanize everybody, kill off anybody who doesn't believe in you, import everybody from all over the world. Can you imagine that? Claiming that they are Nigerians. There's no border for them. They travel from east to west, north and south, everywhere in Africa. If Fulani anywhere in the world, he has no boundaries. You can go anywhere and become a country. How in the world? How do you want anybody to live in that kind of world? Where your border is so porous. You just go in any time and claim to be citizens. As we speak, we don't even know who are Nigerians anymore, as far as the north is concerned. Yeah. Because the border is open. It's open. So the world should, step up the plate and do the right thing. Because the more you impoverish people, when people go to school, they come and they don't have anything, the world is a danger. Because you know what? These guys, in their brain, they're gonna strike havoc all over the place. People are already crying that their grandmothers have been bankrupt by these smart boys. More is coming. Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. I have a call coming in on WhatsApp. Let me try this call one more time. Keeps dropping. Call on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. There's so much noise there. Please turn down your radio. Turn your radio down. Call on WhatsApp one more time. Are you there?
Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Marvin.
Welcome to the program. All right, it looks like you have to call us back. I don't know what's wrong with your line. Let me take a call from Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Akita, good morning, my brother. Welcome back. We miss you so much.
Welcome to the program, sir. Welcome.
Okay. My name is Mazi, my man Ugo Onyejaka. I am the national PRO of IPOB here in the United States, and I reside precisely here in Washington, D.C., but I'm from Amibo Inolo, Amibo home of Tiger, and Amibo home of Kijaja. Mazi, I thank you so much for your program, and I thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I thank God for giving us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at this time. Mazi, the issue now is that the narrative have changed. Thank God for the narrative that have changed. Before they said, we are fighting only for Biafra. Biafra, and then people want to gang up against Biafra. But now, Nnamdi Kanu have changed the narrative, and this is for the youth. For the youth in Nigeria, the indigenous people of Nigeria, that is the Arewa, we have carried them along. Oduduwa have to go, and the Middle Belt have to go. The youth, that is where we are concentrating now. Biafra is here already, and definitely there is no come. But the issue of the matter is that things are changing, and I really appreciate God, and I thank Nnamdi Kanu because the place we are now, honestly, I think we are moving so fast. I'm encouraging all the Biafran youth for them just to stay strong, because if you check when we come, then you will know definitely the extent that we have gone. Nobody have thought that by this time that answers would have been in place, that people, the youths of Nigeria, they were great. Actually, they are rising now. Everybody know how. Nobody. But I am telling you, even the military, the police, all these youths, all these people that have been dying, they are not happy. I want to remind them again where we are going and what we are fighting for. We are fighting against a country that has been for more than 60 years and there is no electricity. Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for the fact that you will finish university and then you don't have anything to show for it. There is no employment at all. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for. We are fighting for a country that doesn't have common health care. When I mean health care, I mean hospital. The thing that will kill you is just something that can kill a rat. There is no good road, not at all. What you have is looting. That is what this primitive, backward, old people, what they concentrate, that is the politicians. What they're doing is stealing something they cannot use. Mazi, I have never seen something that is created by God that is extremely very, very backward and very dangerous and, low-life thinkers. Animals are the thing that can, you think that can kill their children. But if you see how in the jungle, how animals protect their children, then honestly, you will be so surprised. Animals only kill the thing that they want to eat or when they are in danger. Yeah. But being put themselves in a way that you want to suppress and kill somebody because you want to kill that person. That means that you are lower than animal. Yeah. So what is going on, what these politicians have turned us into is very, very terrible. Nigeria is no safe. Nobody is safe anymore. I am urging the youth that this incident that is coming next, this protest that is going to start, believe me, we are going to go from home to home. Remember the people that have put us in this situation that we are. These are the selected gang. These are the selected individuals, the politicians, the strategy they put after the war. Immediately after the war, they put this strategy of suppressing the Biafrans. And now everybody's suffering from it. We are going to go after all these politicians. We're going to search their home one at a time. This is not something that you have to come and then start protesting. Everybody see you protest. No. Everybody will have to go individually. The people that have stolen the wealth, the people that have the blood of the innocent in their hand, we are going to visit them. All those good houses that they have built with our money, it is our own because it is our money. We're going to burn them down. All their children, the children that they have used our money to, send to school, send to abroad, we're going to search for them everywhere they are, even if they are in America. We are going to go after them. For every wealth that they have accumulated with our name, it is in the name of the youth of Nigeria because they have destiny. So I'm asking our brothers in the Middle Belt. I am calling our brothers in Zamfara. Our brothers in Southern Kaduna, our Oduduwa youths. I want you to rise up because your destiny has been stolen from you. The people, backward people that cannot even use the cell phone. These are the people that are managing the affairs of your country. You don't have a job. I want you just to rally around the Kano. Please, I want you to go and download the IPOB Community Radio. IPOB Community Radio app. Just download it. You have a smartphone. Download IPOB Community Radio. And if you happen to see yourself in the United States of America, please, I am begging you to go and go to our website. And that our website is www.ipobinusa.org. www.ipobinusa.org. Maz, thank you and God bless you. Continue doing the good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, my brother. All right, with that, I'm going to take a very short break. I want to recess. I'm going to take a short break and I'll be right back with you. So stay tuned, don't go away.
We can't continue like this. We have come to restore Biafra or die restoring Biafra. I one Nigeria in the Busogara. Papa who pretend para. He make it do much again. He and that's only any man you do. Anike Busobagai. Anike Busobagai. Aga.
Back again on SID. The number here is 646-920-4541, 5703-528-442, +1 929-406-9953. I have a call coming in. Let me take this one. Caller on Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning. Good afternoon, Mazi. Good afternoon from here.
There we
go. Yes, I just want to use this opportunity to thank you for the work that you are doing for our nation. And with Biafrans all over the world, friends of Biafra, lovers of freedom, and our leader, Martin Amdekano, I salute you in the water. For our brother that called to ask, when I hear this, I get upset. I'm laughing, but it's not truly that I'm laughing. But the thing is getting too much. Why can't our people? If you are a freedom fighter, you should be on Twitter, and you should be seeing our leader tweeting.
Yeah.
The Twitter handle belongs to him. He's in charge of it. He's tweeting. When you read what he's writing, you will know that this is indeed our leader writing. I am now more educated enough by him to know the manner of which he writes and he speaks. There are things I will read, I will know from his handle. I know this is him writing. If you hear him speaking, besides recognizing his voice, you will know that this is the way he structures his grammar. Very unique. You know that. It's not like the Zulu people. So when you hear, sometimes it's on Facebook, writing too, posting things there. So you know that our leader is around. Nothing, no shaking. Our leader, no shaking. So, but see, if you come on air and begin to make inquiry, we can misunderstand you quickly. Because the one he was running 1 week, 2 weeks marathon broadcast, you guys don't have mercy. Me, sometimes I look at it in my own corner here. I said, this is, then the technical advisor say, you know. Because this is how Moses was doing till the prince of Media and the in-law came and said to him, if you go like this, you're not going to reach promised land. I select 70 people to do some certain task and let that spirit share your spirit and let that spirit go on them and command them to do that thing. And it worked. He was a priest of Midian. That means he knows God too. You see. So you can have mercy on our leader. Go for the food net with your hand upside down. I have put a damage control. So it pains me when I hear some freedom fighters that should be hitting the target of the enemy coming to say Biafrans, nothing will happen to him. Nigeria doesn't have what it takes. Or Nigeria will burn to flame if they're there. Let me say it. Any power, any world power that goes, to that level, everything that they think they have worked for, acquired will go into flame. It's not a threat, it's a promise. What are they talking about? Does Nigeria have monopoly over that? How to kill people? That nobody can destroy everything. Listen, I want to use this opportunity. Western powers running interview, doing this, doing that. Thank you. But Nigeria should have sustained oil sanctions. If you are truly compassionate and considerate, that river state should be sanctioned. That weekend should have received multiple sanctions. No oil will flow from river state. No oil with gas and oil will never flow from that place to any foreign country. If Nigeria cannot sustain 3 months sanction on oil, they will collapse. Everything will go down. What are they talking about? If they want to give the sanction, they should give Nigeria sanction. No export of any Nigerian thing till in that place step down. Then all of them should step down. Everyone should step down. Then the regions will negotiate on how to run their affairs. If not, you will be folding your hands, and CBN will be dictating whose account will be frozen. Can you believe it, Mazi I. Peters? Yeah. Why the looters have looted trillions and billions of dollars. These people are walking around. If in a worst case scenario, if you say that I cannot have it, you cannot have it. We'll have everything. We will melt everything down. Have that mindset. Once that mindset is obtained, do not back down. Do not back up from that. And these people, look at Idi Amin. Idi Amin did the same thing. He was even telling this CBN, Central Bank, to mint more money because there was inflation. The man said the Ugandan money is like what is worthless than toilet paper in the market. And Idi Amin said, you call Uganda money shit money, go and watch the movies there. Everything that you see going on in the zoo has happened in so many other countries. South Africa received sanctions because they are white intelligent people, so they began to produce everything they are using in South Africa. They survived the sanctions to a certain degree. It was when the opposition ANC began to get into armed struggle. That was when, if you kill ANC, they will kill you back. That was when they began to, foreign powers began to talk to them to negotiate with ANC and get Mandela out. And Mandela came out. Formidable people. So we have so many references we can use. Not to come and tell me that they are freezing this, freezing that, and they are walking around. Cripple the road, damage the roads, damage every airport, destroy so many destroyable, cripple everything in River State, get River State flamed down, and get Mika arrested. And now we talk, Mazi I. Peters in their war.
Thank you so much. All right. This is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls. 646-920-4541, 570-352-8442, +1 929-406-9953. Nigeria is brewing. It's brewing. It's like the frying pan is an egg that's being fried, but very soon, these young kids, we are telling you, I'm encouraging you to please make sure that you get back on your streets, do your protests, because this is the only way they can listen to you. They don't listen. These people are full of themselves. I don't know what brains they have. A little protest that you did, all they are running around is, first of all, they shot you, they killed you. The investigation is still ongoing. And now the next thing, now they want to freeze your account because these people, I don't know what they think they are, to be honest with you. I have a call. Let me take this one. Caller on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good afternoon from here.
Welcome to the program.
Mazi, I appreciate you so much for the good job that you are doing for the indigenous people of Biafra. I appreciate our leader, deputy, and every person that is working assiduously. Mazi, I don't have much to say. My name is Ugochuk. I'm calling from London here, Mazi. Mazi, we will do everything it takes to hold Wika accountable. We will everything the indigenous people of Biafra have to do, that Wika have to take responsibility of killing Igbo people. Mazi, there's exactly what Wika have in mind, which the whole world need to know. I want Wika to come out and say it out so that the people will know the reason why he invented Obibo. We are not dragging anything with anybody. Chukwukika knows what our leader is fighting for the betterment of the old eastern region. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to gain or to say he wants to go and claim any land. That is fallacy. That is pure lie. But Wike has his own group. Rotimi Amechi has his own group. Wike come out and lie because Wike have been fighting with Rotimi Amechi. Everybody should know that. Yes, they have their own gang destroying themselves. Now, how can Wike turn around now and say that IPOB burn police station and burn the Igbe house and kill police? Police station was burned all over the whole place in that country. And if you look at the king's house, Wike said the IPOB burned. I've seen the picture. The youth, the people that video it, the guy that video it said the youth of the community was angry with that king himself. The king have been killing them. The youth himself burned down the palace of that Igbe, not IPOB.
We can twist it the other round and say this IPOB. We can come out and tell the whole world that IPOB block on there. Where the source of Nigeria income comes from, that IPOB block it. Now, the two rivals between Wike and Amechi fighting each other. Wike, police stations were born all over the whole country. Police were killed. Is the IPOB that killed those police in Lagos? Is the IPOB that killed the police in everywhere? Wike come out and kill Igbo people now and try to turn it the other way and try to please his masters. Wike wouldn't do Igbo. It doesn't matter how you bribe Ohanes and because the fire have been hitting him. People have been calling him. People have been telling him the truth. The fire have been hitting him. He run and go and invite all these Igbo governors and Ohanes to come and cover his back so that the whole world will not be telling him. He want Igbo people to, the whole world to look at it as if the Igbo politicians are siding him. No. Wike is the mother of the Igbo. It's on record. We will do anything it takes in this world to make sure that Wike go down, and Wike must be whole account for killing Igbo people. Mazi, because failing to do this, if this shit will happen in another place, in another country, our people are dying. Our people are dying. And Wike does not know that Fulani herdsmen pay 150,000 a month. Repented Boko Haram has been, they place them on salary. Wike, there is 6 Fulani terrorists being sentenced in Abu Dhabi, in the UAE, by sponsoring terrorists. Wike, why can't you send army to go and kill them? You send Janjaweed army to come and kill Igbo community, and then you come out to come and Mazi, I've been since all this while, I'm boiling. I'm telling you, I've never been after the civil war, after the genocide against our people. We can have committed the second genocide again against people. We've been trying to remove this genocide 1967 to 17 in our mind, and we can turn around again and commit the same thing. His brother Atakaboro, dude, we have to call the name. And we can come out try to claim Hitler and kill Igbo people, and he wants me to keep quiet, not to call. Marty, let me leave it here. Thank you very much.
There you go. All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls at 646-920-4541, 570-352-8442, plus 1-929-406-9953. We're still taking calls here. Give us a shout. All right, I have a call on WhatsApp. Hola, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mazi. Good afternoon.
Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi. My name is Paul, calling from Libreville, Gabon. Mazi. Good afternoon from Libreville.
There we go.
Yeah. And Mazi, yes, it has been a long time. I have never speak to Radio Biafra because I'm not happy about what is happening in Obibo, especially. What I want to comment on that is that we IPOB all over the world, as our leader used to say, that it has been the zoo on their knees. Compared to this man called himself Wike. But I want to tell these people that whatever that man did in Obibo, one day, everybody should write it down. One day, one morning, one afternoon, this man will pay to his family. There is no going back about it. What he likes to do, let him call all the Igbo elders, even the one we have buried for a long time ago. Let them go and wake them up to come and speak with him. That man is. We have given him red card already. So anytime, any day, we must got him. He cannot run forever. He cannot hide forever. IPOB all over the world. The Igbos all over the world must got him. So what I'm trying to say this afternoon is that we IPOB, we are watching what is going on. Nigerian youth must rise up. You can see what these people are doing. Maybe they feel that it's over because they are going up and down, arresting people, closing the bank account. While we have the most wicked criminals we have in the world is these people. You cannot see CBN closing the accounts. They are closing the account for the youth who say that in a civilized country, when things is going bad, when things is going wrong, people will come out on the street to protest, to show their anger, and the government will listen to them and do the needful. But in the zoo, zoo, what they will do is to go around molesting people, sending the same police again to molesting people and kill people again. You can see what is happening in Obibo. It's the same police and army brutality. Going house to house, killing people while Janjaweed in Sambisa Forest in the north, killing people in the north. They cannot go there. What they have to come down to the east to go and kill innocent people. Can you? I want to ask Wike, can you identify who is IPOB and who is not IPOB? So my brother is a very, very, and these people who call themselves elder, who is speaking with him, cannot tell him the truth about it. Cannot call this man that you should stop that nonsense he's doing in Obibo. But anyway, there is no problem. What they are doing in Obibo is to show you that we don't have elders. Those politicians, they will pay. Time is coming. We will show them that this generation is not generation of 1960 something. This is the new generation. The new generation, the generation of the internet, generation of the new technology. We must get them accountable and their children, wherever they are, all over the world, they will pay. They will know that IPOB will mean business. Maz, thank you. I don't have much to say this afternoon. So much, all I can say is to send the greeting to Maz Nandikalo. May his name and his life remain for us in Jesus' name.
They will. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls. I have a call coming in on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Please turn down your radio. You can hear my voice. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. From Gambia.
My
name is Onyebuchi. I'm calling from Gambia. I'm from for Biafra. What I see going on in our land is this thing. Kill us anywhere we are. Anywhere we are, they kill us. They kill us in Abuja. Even in our first land again, they kill us there. Even in South Africa, they kill us. Anywhere they kill us. This thing is a call. I don't know which people will do this thing for us. I don't know people. Even our brothers, leading them to come and kill again. Even our brothers, the one you call your brother, the one you call your father, the one leading them to come kill their children. After again, they will start. What they are doing in our land. After they mess everywhere up, after again they come and say, we had their children, we had their children. They come and kill their children, they may come and say it's your children. Is it how to do? This thing, sometimes I think all this thing, what they are doing now, what they are doing in our land, sometimes I think all this and I say, no, I don't think. Is it how our forefathers they did? Is it how we are behaving now? I don't know. These people where they come from, I don't know whether they burn them. It's Fulani people who burn them, bring them to our side to come and kill our people. Everywhere we are, we kill us. Okay, now, nowhere we are today now we are safe. As far as you are Biafra, nowhere you are today now we are safe. If you talk to someone to go and say, next thing should be nothing. There's nothing will happen. Actually, if you deceive a true person, nothing will happen again because. Those leaders there, they say that they are their leader. They don't give them money, they keep quiet. It's only money they know. They know only themselves and their family. They know only themselves and their family. If they kill the person, nothing will happen. Maz, thank you. I want to thank our leader, Maz Naman, for waking up. If our leader did not wake up, if our leader did not call us, by this time, all of us will wear 1,005. All of us will convert by this time. I want to thank him so much for good luck. For good work he's doing for us. May God bless him. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls here. I will have to take a call. There's a call that just came in. let's see what I'm going to do with it. All right, let me play this on air and let you listen to what somebody has just sent in.
I greet Radio Biafra. I greet all the staff. I greet all the founder, Nnamdi Kanu. I greet all of you. Actually, the gone people of central Nigeria or Middle Belt, we are about 1 million plus. We are located in Nasarawa State. We are in different states of the country. Egon people have been marginalized since the creations of Nasarawa State in 1996. Egon people were being marginalized by the forces of all these, will I said, Islam or people outside the state. And we have been denying the mantle of the leadership of the state. As I am speaking now, non-Ego man has ever become a governor. Even the Speaker, House of Assembly. So we are out of the system entirely. And what is happening in the state right away now is that most of our people have been once they retired, they don't give us opportunity again. Even employment, they don't employ Egon people in the state now. And when you are talking about the educated people, as Egon people, we have more than 40 professors. And they have been denied, even VC. Very unfortunate because we have Nasarawa State University, we have Federal University Lafia. But we are being denied completely. And we are being marginalized beyond reasonable doubt. And some of us, we are coming with a kind of another good ideology. How can we transform this? And I think with the way as Biafrans are struggling to redeem themselves to see how they have their Biafra country. Some of us, we are talking of the independence. We are talking of the liberating our people. Our people have been in an abject poverty. You see, we have been educated. We are the most educated, but the offices have been denied to give us. No home in Egon land that you will not see graduates, masters, PhDs, degrees, HND, NC, diploma, and the rest. But the most fortunate part is that they have been denied of giving employment. So actually, our situation is too pathetic. We are trusting God to help us. Though some of us, we are regrouping ourselves into a cadre. How can we resolve or, address this situation? And I want to appreciate you people to adopt one of our own to be your staff. And he have told me the kind of struggle that you people are trying to do to redeem our people. I think I am 100% support to connect with you people to tell you that some of us, we are ready to see if anything that will give individual independence. I am telling you, we are in 100% of the support. I think it is become too much on us. But on instance, we don't know where to go again. In fact, we don't even have any company in our land. We don't have any industrial something in the state. Everybody have been turned to abject poverty. Our people are dominant farmers. And imagine with what is happening in the country, even fertilizer have been denied to give our people. So a lot of things became so hectic that we don't know where to start. But I believe one day our God will definitely fight for us. The battle, in fact, some of us, we surrender totally to God. We said we are trusting God for, ameliorating our people, to transform our people, to bring a kind of self-defense to our people. And I want to join the Radio Biafra that what you people are doing, continue to do the good job. People like us will continue to support you at background. So I believe that Father will help you. Nnamdi Kanu, I seriously cherish you. You are a strong fighter. Continue to fight. Continue to fight. Some of us, if the country will be divided into 4 or 5 pieces, I think I don't care. But because it become like a one region who dominate everybody trying to, no, it's too much. So I think what is happening, we appreciate it, and May God continue to strengthen you people. May God continue to give you self-direction and a kind of sense of belonging on how we can actualize and we liberate our people. So help us, God. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That was a very good message sent in there by one of our brothers in the north. The people will say that this is Biafra, and Biafra, we are for freedom. No matter where you come from and you want to be free, we will set you, will help you whatever way you can. I'm happy that you sent this, my brother. I know you're listening to this program right now. You are not able to get me on air, but you are fortunate enough to send it in on a message, as a message for me to play. And I expect other people to do the same. You want to call in and you try to call in, it's on signal. See, the voice is very clear. Just send it, record it and send it across, and I'll air it for you. And this thing that you just sent in now, if you can, my brother, whenever our leader is on air, for you to say the same thing, send it across to him on signal. I'm definitely sure he's going to listen to it. But for now, what I have here, believe me, I'll forward it to the appropriate quarters so they can eventually get to our leader. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Ike Peters. The number here is 646-920-4541, 570-352-8442, +1 929-406-9953. I have a call. Let me take this one. Caller on WhatsApp. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
From Mozambique. Calling from Mozambique from before I go ahead, I want to do our announcement. Our announcement I want to do here because of the Mozambique now. We are doing our best. Make sure that this work is go around the whole Mozambique. I thank you, Coordinator Mozambique, the way everything is going. And we're going to continue to guide everybody that's working hard to restore Biafra. In the mighty name of God, we pray. Amen. I want to use the opportunity to tell people that live in Mokuba, Zambezia province in Mozambique, north outside of Mozambique, the place called Mozambique, Mokuba district. But the province is named Kiliman. I want to use the opportunity to tell our people living there in Mokuba that we have IPOB family meeting there now. We are already inaugurated to family there, Mokuba, so that everybody who live in that close, behind that side, front and back in Mokuba, those living for the Kiliman can come there. IPOB family there. The zonal coordinator is Chuku Eluka Chisum Austin. Is the coordinator that's handling for the Mokuba now. Is our member. Everybody that's living there supposed to be go there and join this Biafra family there in Mokuba. Because the number that you can call, the zonal coordinator, the number you can call is 863806 005. 863806 005. The Mokuba coordinator, Chisum. Because anybody that's living close there, join the IPOB family meeting. Because this work is not only Mazin and the Kali, it's not only Mazi Akipita. Because Jabo Kenyan coordinator Mozambique, no. It's for everybody. Join IPOB family meeting everywhere you are. Support what you are doing. I don't know now because all guys can make on the whole people living in Zambezia. This is Zambezia meeting for everybody living there. Try and join what people are doing there. So that all guys can make it because when you have the Masia Boga, those this now that place. Because one this number so that I get go to that place. Or she get on the there's some Gashina water station and meet there. I don't know number looking and I have to go Kabiam. I want to say something for the Moaz week. So that now week you have one hour because your mom this war this hidre as na Nisi na ọnụ na anya na ntị n'ofu ebe, aka na ara na afọ na ihe ndị ọzọ si n'ime n'ofu ebe, na-abịakwa n'ụkwụ, ihe eji biri nwoke na ihe eji biri nwaanyị na ikpere ụkwụ na mmechi ụkwụ na ogologo ụkwụ n'ofu ebe. Etu amadị m ka mmadụ ga-esikwa hapụgazie ntị si na awụ onye ụkwụ onye nọ n'isi.
All right, looks like your line is not connecting. I have another call coming in. Let me take this one. Caller on signal. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my beloved Rachel, good afternoon from Warsaw here. Sabbath Shalom to all Biafrans.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure having you once. Yeah, and there was it's a pleasure having you again. As every other protocol is duly observed. I call purposely because of that clip. I don't know, maybe offline we discuss when that young man can come online. I don't know. Maybe I think we have to schedule a time that will be appropriate for you so you can come on air and address his people from that area, Nasarawa and the Varals.
All right. Anytime he's ready to call, if he calls in through signal, I'll bring him in. That's all. He just sent me a message and I got the message.
Okay, thank you. I remain okay for him. Thank you, sir.
All right, this is Radio Biafra, USA 2. We're still on here. I have something here that is very interesting. Sent in somebody who knows about. It's a Fulani man. He says he's writing, he's tweeting. He said, "Dear Police, Nigeria, this young man Sales appears to know a lot about the Ubibo massacre and the entire plans of attackers." Now he said something that he wrote here. Let me read this. He said, "The rotten infidels in Oyibo." This is what they call Oyibo. It's Obibo, actually. That's what I know it as. I don't know where Oyibo came out of. But whatever, we know what they're talking about. The rotten infidels in Oyibo mistook our years of silence for weakness and kept harassing our people and their cattle with impunity. Yesterday night is just a glimpse of what will come. We will not stop until the entire place is completely cleansed of Kaifas, Isha Allah, Ubibo. Wike is one of them. It's the one giving them the chance to say what he's saying. They are killing us in our land, and they have the impetus. For them, this is just a beginning. That's what he's trying to tell us. It's okay. We'll be there. Just get ready. Get quite ready, because we are ready too, honestly. If you didn't get the cooperation of the likes of Wike, I don't think you can do what you did, because they gave you the chance. Because when I tell you, at the moment you see them wearing the turban over their head, wearing that diaper they wear on their head, that's it. They'll get their brain is fried already. I saw him dressed up with the turban in his head, with his whatever staff of this is caller on WhatsApp. Let me take this one. Caller on WhatsApp. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, Mazi Peter. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
My name is Mazi Joseph Ikenna Eze. I'm calling from Amsterdam.
Yeah, go ahead, Namzi.
Yeah, I'm calling from Amsterdam. First of all, I want to recommend your work. You are doing a very great job.
Thank you, sir.
May bless you for what you are doing.
There we
And please, I also use this media to announce our meeting. Our general meeting is coming up tomorrow by 5:30 in Amsterdam zone, Netherlands.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, please. I will please let everybody, all the IPOB members, please try to come to our meeting. It's very important. We have an emergency general meeting in Amsterdam tomorrow by 5:30 p.m. in Candelas, Berman.
You're listening to your radio. That's why I keep delaying. Just turn down your radio, make your announcement straight, and we'll get it here. Just talk to me. Don't
okay, sir. My name is, I repeat again, my name is Mazi Ikenna Joseph Eze. I'm calling from Amsterdam. First of I want to recommend you for your good job. You are doing a very great, wonderful job. I'll be following you up for what you are doing. May Chukwu Okike Obioma bless you.
Bless you too.
Please, I would like to use this media to announce our general meeting tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Please, I would like all the members of our IPOB general worldwide in Amsterdam, Europe to attend. It's a very important meeting. Thank you. May God bless you.
God bless you too. All right. Thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls here. I have a call coming in on Signal. Let's take that one. Caller on Signal, are you there? Caller on Signal, can you hear me? Caller on Signal, are you there? One more time. Are you there? Can you hear me, caller?
I can hear you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Well, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir. It's your brother Chidera from South Africa. Welcome, sir.
No.
Good to hear from you. Mazi, you see what you just read now. Do you believe that tweet was by the Funanema?
Yes.
But we did not see that tweet. Immediately that tweet came up on the air. A lot of people reacted. Our leader reacted to that tweet. Yes. Simon Ekpa reacted. FFK reacted. A lot of, even the Northerners. But no single Igbo, Otasha that reacted. Those Ndobogajere fact finder, they did not see that thing.
Yeah.
You know, Mas I Peters, how proud are you? Let me ask you a personal question. How proud are you? Look how, hearing yourself sound so intelligent. People in my age group, listening to you, a lot of people complain when you don't come on the air. People fall in love with you. Not that we are stupid, we know what you are doing. Not necessarily in our side, or just because I like you as some people say your voice, you are doing the right thing. But look at the people you're supposed to call your colleagues. Look at what they are doing to us. Is it a bad thing for we asking for? We want to leave. We just want to leave. There's no single factory that Ndoboga provide that are in Anibo. We are all needing about Uru. The rest that remain are with the keke. Now another ticket. The same Ndoboga BG Gorewu Ngana partisan Nenugu. You go take you and you get ticket 100 naira with Ebi Gorewu. Is that a way of providing a job for youth? Then when the youth came out to say, we are tired of this kind of life, this is not what we do. Here you can go, when you just go out of Nigeria, it seems like an out of program, you can now breathe proper. But when you say it, you say you're looking for a war. I Peters, that time you fight a war, what the difference from then till now? That you made it now as a president, you made it in Nigeria, but you went for a war. Did you make it in Nigeria? Did Nigeria give you what you wanted, the reason why you went to war? Did they sit you down, my boy? You went to war, you have come back, okay, don't think about that war. This war, you have to leave that country just like we that did not witness war left the country now. I think that, tell me the gospel truth. Why is it wrong for me to ask to leave? For me to be able to say that I take my son to the country where I was born. I said, this is my father's land. You can't even, some people couldn't get where they're living comfortable. Somebody living north for years and just brought the son for the first time to the east. That son ended up there. And when you ask question, somebody come up in the name of Ohanese and came up a governor say you're looking for a war. I pray if opportunity come, I have some
yes.
God bless you, Agitas.
God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well said. I don't know what is wrong with them, my dear. I just don't know. I'm so confused. Each time I talk to people, I said, I do not understand it. It's hard for me. Maybe there's something they know that I don't. It's hard for me, honestly speaking, very, very, extremely hard for me to understand them. I came out of high school, jumped into war as a teenager, fought the war, wasted 3 years of my life, came out alive, started struggling from there. And I saw this whole thing coming because I was like, any day I discuss with my colleagues, some of them who are still there, when we talk on the phone, all they tell me, oh, you're lucky, you left on time and all that. I said I wouldn't call it luck. I will call it luck and I will call it the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama because I don't know what you mean by luck. Because when you see reality and you want to hide away from it, you want to deceive yourself from it, when it dawns on you that you have made a mistake, it's going to take a while. But the point is that you can't keep making a mistake and keep making the mistake. You should go. I am not saying it, hiding it, because I came here because I saw that there was no future in Nigeria. At that time, you can imagine I came here very early in the 80s. Actually came here 79, went back, and then came back in 80. At that time, I came here, bought money for 60 kobo per dollar when I was coming. But still, those things didn't mean anything to me because I saw it. Our currency in the zoo was higher than what they have in the US. But still, that didn't move me because I know it had no bearing. It was going down and down and down at a very fast rate. We all came here and we have been here and we are stuck here. We're not going anywhere. So what can we do? We are here. Can fool ourselves, go back there, spend a couple of dollars, get your tax returns, go back there and show off. You have nothing. The overseas, the begging, no matter what happens. But that is a story for next generation. What I'm saying is that you guys should do what you are doing because this is the only way out. Our fathers didn't do this. They would try the war, actually. We tried the war and they fooled us, fooled everybody, and we as the normal Igbo people will go back. We don't even think of tomorrow. We go back to the same north where they slaughtered. My father almost lost his life there. He came back when we thought he was dead. And people have the gut to go back there again and settle and start building left, right, and center. The Ikure man changed his name because the British man told him you are not Igbo. You are deceiving yourself. You all know we are all Igbos. We just have different dialects. That's it. Diobu, is that English language? Isiokpo, is that English language? What are you deceiving yourself for? Nyesom wike, or Igbo. If not, there's something wrong with you guys. This I've been hearing about brainwash because maybe I've not been brainwashed by anybody in my life. I don't know. Do I really say that? Maybe I'm crazy too. I don't know. I'm not judging them. But when you look at it, somebody whose name is Nyesom Wike, I'm not Igbo. Olisa, I'm not Igbo. Onye Diobu, Abromi Onye Igbo. Chibuika Meche Zoro Kiezo, say I'm an Igbo man. I cannot take away the Igbo-ness from me. Oh, a realist. I told you people I have a friend. I had a friend, he's passed, he's late now in the United States. His name is Wuchendo. He changed it to Wuchendo. They added W in front of it just to remove it from the Igbo-ness. Come on, guys. It's a dialect. The way I speak, my Igbo is not the way Enugu man or Soka man can speak his Igbo, but we're all Igbos. Onya Soka now, you will not even understand the word. Because I remember during the war in Soka, at the war, you see the villager and you ask him, okay, for the house, I don't see house, I don't see me. Oh, you because the man in Imo State will speak his own. Olo man will speak his own. Engwa man will speak. You see, they are different dialects, but we are all Igbos. The Engwa clan cannot get up tomorrow and claim we are not Igbo, we are Ngwa. Does that make any sense to anybody? Onye Newi, onye Newi, onye Ngwa, onye Ngwa, onye Onitsha, but we are all Igbos. Ikwere is a clan. They are Igbos. When you see the way he's talking, you will see fear in him. 1,800 million this year, the man is panicking. He's just talking randomly as if no. He's afraid. Caller on straight line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Chukwude. I'm calling from Maryland.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I'm from Imo State actually. Imo State. When I hear about this Biafra struggle, I still tell my people that was still colonized by the British up till now.
Yes.
They just use the north. They just use the north to control it. We're still heavily colonized. Heavily. We don't have nothing to say. Our children, our generations can never dream of being president.
Yes.
It's a dream they can never have.
Of course.
We can only of wherever our struggle can take us to. And it's a big problem. A whole generation being colonized by the whites and a group of terrorists. We don't have the same ideology with these people. They are pedophiles. They marry young kids. The God they serve is a pedophile. He married a 6-year-old, slept with a 9-year-old. These are the type of people that we move around with that control us. These people are billionaires. They don't do nothing. But Dangote is a billionaire. Where did he get the money from? Where did they get all those money from? By sucking down the East. And we are slaves. Up till now, when they go back home and sleep, they laugh at us. They laugh at us. Slaves, that's all they call us. So tell me why we are still, why Biafra, people will be shouting Biafra, 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 and we won't have people in our internal, all those governors and all those thieves that are in Biafra and they'll be fighting against us. And us as Biafra, we need to fix our house. You know, we're fighting. There's a lot of fight internally, and it's a problem. We need to fix our house, and we need to fix it very well, because a lot of people are not seeing what is coming. A lot of things are coming right now. Even with the president of the nation, they want to try and put another Muslim with Tinubu. This is just control. We will never, till God comes. If nothing happened, Biafra would never be delivered. We will still be slaves. It's as simple as that.
Yes.
It's better we just die. We'll know that we are dead than to be living without having ability to dream. It's painful, like it's so painful.
Yes.
That our ancestors will be where they are right now, and they will be so angry.
Yeah, I believe.
Very, very angry, and it's a problem that no one. I don't know why some Biafrans are not seeing it, but it's their problem. You know, we can't suffer if some Biafrans are not seeing it. I know the majority of Biafrans are seeing it.
That's right.
Wike is just a political armed robber. He's a criminal. He's a murderer. His story in Port Harcourt is a story everyone knows. He's a big criminal. He can say anything to do anything, lie, thief, do anything to get whatever he wants. So we shouldn't even take that idiot. Nobody even takes him serious. He's a drunkard.
Yeah.
He said he's a lawyer. Which kind of lawyer? We know in Nigeria how we buy degree.
I know.
All those things. We know those movements. He's not even intelligent. I watched his interview with Dele Momodu and found out that he's one of the most
stupid. I'm telling you.
If that is a lawyer, Nigeria should be ashamed
of
it.
Very well.
It's a shameful thing. Very shameful. I listened to it. I was ashamed of. I don't tell people I'm in Nigeria again. I'll tell people I'm colonized. I'm a colonized person. I'm still colonized by the British.
Yeah.
The world needs to hear. We need to even change the language to code. We need to. We are not yet delivered. We are not yet independent. There's nothing like independence. It's colonization. We are still colonized, and everybody needs to hear. There's a nation in the world right now that is still colonized by the whites, by the Norths.
Yeah.
It's colonization. So another thing is, we need to fix ourselves with God. We need to fix it. We can't be serving this person, doing this God, doing this God. In the time of the old, when our God when he gets angry, he deals with people. Our God is a very jealous God. I was saying the other day in during the protest, EndSARS, and in the head bridge, these guys brought out this oracle and put down there and everything in the name of IPOB and everything. I didn't like seeing things like that, because I would tell people, I cannot serve what I created with my own hand.
Yes.
I cannot serve what I created with my own hand. It will not work. Yes. It won't work. How will I create something with my own hand and serve it at the same time?
No.
Abba, that means I am now the God of that thing. Yeah. How can you be serving what you created? So our people should remove all those things. Let us focus on a God. All those things have not worked since. If you go work, carry all those today, she didn't know the work. It will not work. We need to throw away all those things. We need to get our faith together. It's time to get our faith together in one faith and fight these people. It's time. We need to get our house together. Everything physically, in one mind, in one faith. Throw away all those things. Tell them all these juju know they work again.
Yeah.
So that God will be at our own side. We need our God by our side. We can't win this war physically. We need our God. We can win it physically, but we need God too.
Yes.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Leo. Thank you so much for your call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. I had a visit a couple of days ago by a young man who lives in my community here in New York, and he didn't know, I didn't know him. He happens to be working with one of my daughters, and they found out that she was a Nigerian, and they greeted, and eventually I met him. He came here to visit, to see me a couple of days ago, and we're talking. He's actually from Auchi. For me, he's a Biafran. So he was a very factual and honest and sincere and straightforward person. Because he told me he's related to one of the politicians and eventually got into government. He only came out to here a few years ago, about 2 years ago. He relocated to the United States of America, and he's telling me so many things. And what he said made a lot of sense. He said, you see, the Fulanese have been ready. They've been ready for this war for many, many years. I said, of course it's true. It's true, because we know that. He said, that's why they are chief of custom. They are chief of this. Every chief is them. They stay in the wharf and the guns are coming out. What he concluded, he said, let me be honest with you, Oga. That's what he called me. He called me Oga. What I will tell you is that we will get Biafra, but you know something? A lot of people are going to die because these people are armed to the teeth. And I said to him, you are correct. But do you know something? Nigeria has no army. That's the word I used. I said, because in that same army, you are from Auchi. He said, yes. There are Auchi people in that army. There are Igbo people in that army. There are Ndenewi in that army. There are the Asaba in that army. Do you call that an army? No. The United States of America has army, one army. And when they're going to fight, they're going to fight as United States citizens. We have a tribal army that makes no sense. I was a military man. I know what I'm talking about. I cannot be a commander of a battalion in Nigeria army. Because behind you, maybe I'm from Newi, yes. But behind me, I have somebody from Munupe. Behind me, I have a Yoruba person. So how can I have a Yoruba person in the army and launch an attack on Lagos successfully or on Ibadan? So they will take me out. And then I can't even lead a force. I can't lead them to Newi to kill anyone. That is the truth. So forget about the crowdness, the gun and everything. We will eventually inherit those guns. And I told him a story, and I told him, I said, to be honest with you, your fear is legitimate, but you know what? It doesn't always work like that. I was trained as a soldier with sticks, with machete. No gun, the only gun that I saw at the training depot was a demonstration gun, something that they have to show us. If you go to the war front and your bullet or your gun got stuck, this is how you're going to dismantle it and get it back together. The main training was done by a piece of wood, but you know something? First 2 weeks in war front, I came out completely dressed like a soldier with a submachine gun. Because how? We kill them, we take their uniform, we take their guns. Let them come to our region with the gun. You think they're going to go with it? Forget it. Once they come with it, it's going to end with us. They're not going to take it away. because God is on our side. So we have no choice right now. Do we have a choice? Of course not. What will you do? Some people will come and say, nah, they are killing us, they are killing us. Okay, I agree they are killing us. So what solution do you offer? Because they're going to kill you when you don't have any gun. You have a gun, they're going to kill you either. If we had started this war the way we wanted it, maybe today most of us will not be there. Because that's what they expected. They expected us to come in with armed combat, and then Britain will come in and fight for them. You know, before then the world will know, oh, these people are secessionists, they're going to fight them. No. But our leader came in with a radio, sanitizing everyone, giving you common sense, you know, things that you never even thought about, making you go home and think. I bet you not today, the people that were saying they're not interested in Biafra in those days, more than 90% of them they even have this thing on their head more than those of us on radio. Most of them advocate they want to go home because they have found out that it is true that we are not one and we can never be one. If we had started this war earlier, let us even, when I mean earlier, let's say as early as when Nnamdi Kanu started broadcasting, 2012, whatever, thereabout. Let's say he came out and we started going to war. By now, none of us will be left, and eventually we will not achieve what we want. So we will get there regardless of what they think. Regardless, believe me, regardless of what they think, everything is time. Time will tell. Jimmy Cliff sang it in a song, and I love that song. Time will tell. Time will tell. Time will always tell you what will happen. It's a matter of time before we get there, and we will get to our destination. Final destination is Biafra. No matter what they say, Biafra is the thing that we want. We're going to get Biafra regardless of what they say, because we are IPOB.
Like other people. Because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood. But they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special. Exceptionally special. The largest mass movement in the whole world, bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am a Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
The message is very clear. I told you we are IPOB. We're the indigenous people of Biafra. We are very, very plain in what we're saying. We are not mixing words about it. We are not going to stop, ever stop, until we achieve, we get what we want. And what are we looking for? Freedom. My brother who called me this morning from somewhere in the north sent me a message, which I heard a few minutes ago. He's made it very clear. And we are assuring him that the day the Hausa people get up and say, listen, you know what, we want to take our destiny into our hands, they will have the support of Biafrans. The kids that went out to NSAS thing, we didn't start it, our leader never started it. They came up and we support what you're doing, because that is the only way out. Freedom is our goal. Freedom is our goal. There is nothing anybody can do to stop that. We cannot deviate from what we are doing. We need freedom like everybody else. Nigeria is non-manageable. So let us not be scared because they say they have army. No, the army is zombie. They have nothing. There's nothing they can offer to anybody. Zombie is always zombie. They look at it. The children are protesting. The first thing they do is go try to kill them. They try to make sure that they get a leader. Somebody takes responsibility as being their leader, like the girl who ended up in Canada, and the way she was saying it. The governor sent for me and others. We said, no, we don't have a leader. Whatever he wants to say, he should come here and tell us. That's wise. That's wisdom. It is coming back. It's not over yet until it is what? It is over. Zombie is zombie. Nigeria, that's what exactly what they are. All right? This is
White to the white. Oh, we want to be the white. Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening. This is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
All right, stay tuned. Don't go away. But for now, we are going to go. Radio Biafra USA 1 is getting to come in. And today is the day that the ladies are going to take the air, so I don't want to take any of their time, not even a minute of it. But stay tuned because Mazia Lozie, like I said, is coming in. USA 1 is coming with the ladies. Tomorrow, by His grace, we shall all be together again to continue where we stopped. I can see somebody still wants to talk on the phone, but unfortunately, I can't pick up any more calls at this time. The lines are all closed already. So trying to call me now will be, I don't know how long it's going to stay, but I wouldn't be able to give you time to talk. I can't take any more calls at this time. I'm so sorry. Call it tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. If you don't have a chance today, tomorrow. And then the new line on Signal. If you can call on Signal, leave a message. Whatever you want to say, leave it on Signal. I am obviously going to air it. It's quite a great program. It's quite good, honestly. It's clear. I've been using it for a while now, but the only thing you have to do is send me a message on Signal. Then if I respond to the message, then you'll be able to make your calls. You can't just pick up Signal and start calling me without me first accepting you to take a call from you. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We are going off the air this time. My name remains Mazi Ike Peters. I hail from Newi. We're broadcasting live from New York. At this time, we're going away for USA 1 to come on air. Tomorrow, we'll be together again at the same time. From me,
For freedom taking longer, and cause of that you tend to feel so low. I know our freedom is your greatest hunger. A thought of Biafra keeps your heart aglow. We will walk the line, this hell that we've known with time. Gotta take it away. Just hold on and don't let go. Hold on, do not let go. Just hold on and don't let go. Your flight's just a step away. Just hold on. Hold on, do not let go. Just hold on and don't let go. It's just a step away. Our history has never known no laughter. It's always been this red and black, no